Hi everyone, it's Wednesday, it's October 30th, 2019, and I hope everyone is having a beautiful day in the Lord. I have one devotion for you today, and I'm going to back it up with a story that what's happened to me in the last 24 hours. Pretty remarkable. But first, I always like to start with the Our Father, so please join me. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Okay. I asked the Father just a little while ago if I should share this story. And when I paused because I didn't hear from him immediately. So I reached for the devotion, and when I opened it up and read it, it spoke exactly to me of what just happened to me in the last 24 hours. So that's my confirmation to go ahead with this story. This is called Headed Home, and the reading is from Romans 8:23, and it says, "We are waiting for God to finish making us his own children," which means our bodies will be made free. Aging is God's idea. It's one of the ways that he keeps us headed homeward. We can't change the process, but we can change our attitude. Here is a thought. What if we looked at aging as we look at the growth of a tulip? Do you ever see anyone mourning over the passing of the tulip bulb? Do gardeners weep as the bulb begins to weaken? Of course not. We don't purchase tulip girdles or petal wrinkle cream or consult a plastic leaf surgeon. We don't mourn over the passing of the bulb. We celebrate it. Tulip lovers rejoice the minute the bulb weakens. Watch that one, they say, it's about to blossom. Could it be that heaven does the same thing? The angels point to our bodies. The more frail we become, the more excited they become. Watch that lady in the hospital, they say, she's about to blossom. Keep an eye on that fellow with the bad heart. He'll be coming home soon. Thus, my story. Yesterday, well, first, before I get to yesterday, I just wanted to let you know that about a week ago, I went for my follow-up visit to my primary care doctor, who is also a heart specialist. And he was very, very pleased to see how much weight I lost. I'm down 35 pounds since the Lord told me to eat one meal a day. And then after that, he told me to not eat any flesh. No flesh whatsoever. Not even fish. Okay? So I listened to him. I was obedient to the Father and lost all this weight. So when I went to the doctor. It was my time to go, and it was a timely visit because I was starting to feel dizzy when I stood up, and I was starting to feel like a little nauseous and weak and lethargic. So he took some blood work, and he took my pressure, and my pressure was very low. And I had been on 2 drugs for my blood pressure. So he removed one of my drugs because obviously losing that weight and making such a major change to my diet actually helped my blood pressure, and I didn't need the pill because the pill was making it go too low now. So he took it away. So before I left the office, he was considering whether he should give me a different blood pressure pill, the existing blood pressure pill that I'm on. He was considering taking the, has a combination of a water pill in it to release water. And he was thinking of giving me the drug without the water pill. So after a few minutes of him considering what he should do, he decided, he says, well, I don't want to take you off too many, I don't want to remove too many things from you too quickly. He says, let's see how you do with this one pill. So I said, okay. So this was about a week ago. So yesterday I was in South Jersey, and I was early in the day, and I was lying on the bed, and I got up and I started to feel sick. I was dizzy. I felt pressure building in my body. My arms felt heavy. My legs felt heavy. I had heat in my shoulders, and I looked very pale. And I said to my husband, I said, you better call the ER, 911, because I'm not feeling well. So he came, and the ambulance came, took me away to the hospital. And while I was there, they, of course, they gave me an IV with some fluids, and they took a lot of blood to see what was going on in my body, because they were thinking it was my heart or a stroke. So they did all their testing, and they couldn't find anything. And I was there a whole day. They kept me there because they had to repeat the blood work after like 6 hours to see if I had any kind of change in the blood work, and if something happened shortly after they brought me in. They put me in room number 18 when I went in. And then after I was there for a while, they moved me to a different area, the ER. It's like an observation area, and it was room number 38. So anyway, they really, before they released me, they gave me all my blood work papers. They gave me a list of everything that they did to me in there. And the doctor came in to talk to me, and he said to me, we couldn't find anything. He said, your blood work is pristine. And my husband was in the room with me, and when the doctor left, I said, did you hear what he said? He said pristine. So the Lord said to me, look up the word pristine. And so I looked it up, and you know what it means? It means restored to its original condition, unspoiled, clean, and fresh as if new, spotless. It means it's just. And when I looked at the list of how many things they tested me for, and everything said normal range, normal range, normal range, normal range. It was just 2 pages of things they tested me, and it all said normal range. This is why he used the word pristine. There was no spot on my blood work. And I can tell you, I've never had blood work that was spotless. Even when I was in my 30s, there was always something that was off and not in range. Whether it was cholesterol, good cholesterol or bad cholesterol, or something. But this was a supernatural event that happened to me. The Lord wanted me to see this, because when I got home, we left there after being there all day. So it was raining all the way home. I hadn't eaten since the day before. So we stopped to pick up some food, and we're on our way home, and we get 1 block from our house. and we get rear-ended. All of a sudden, we're ready to make the turn to go on our block, and boom, somebody rear-ended us, and we went flying, but we had our seatbelts on. We did like those dummies, you know, in the commercial. We just, whoosh, whoosh, our whole bodies went like that. Anyway, whoever hit us was trying to run away from the scene, pulled around us. So we saw that he pulled around us, and we put the car, we sped up, and we blocked him from going around us. So that meant the only way he could go was turn down the street, and it was a dead end. So we followed him down there, and we blocked him. He actually went up on somebody's lawn to try to turn around and get away. So we call the cops. We're sitting in the car. We're all, you know, like, you know, when you have an impact, your blood pressure goes up, and you know, we both felt the snapping of our necks and our chest and everything. So the cops are trying to talk to us and asking us questions. And I said to the cop, I said, I can't see his plate. I can't see who's driving. I saw movement in the car. They may have switched spots. And I said, I'm kind of afraid to get out of the car. I said, I don't know if they have a weapon, you know. But then I just got out of the car, you know. So a guy who's with a girl in there, he comes out, and his eyes look like Charlie Callis's eyes. You know, they're like bugged out, like, I mean really bugged out. So he comes towards me, and the girl gets out, and they're trying to explain to me that they had like a Gatorade bottle that had milk in it, and it slipped under, when they tried to stop, it slipped under, rolled into the floor and went behind the brake pedal, and they couldn't brake. And I don't know whether to believe this story or not. And they just kept saying it and saying it. And I said, listen, are you wasted? I said, are you drunk? He says, no. I said, are you on weed? He says, no. So I went and I took a picture of the back of his car, a couple of pictures. And the cops came, and they wanted to take us to the hospital. And I says, I'm not going to the hospital. I said, I was just in the hospital. I still have my bracelets. Okay, that's where I'm coming from, the hospital. I'm not going to go back to another hospital now. So I had to sign a paper to release myself from going to the hospital. And so after that, I was like really, you know, my head was hurting from the whiplash. And anyway, I wanted to go home, and my husband stayed there, and he said that they searched him. They found heroin on him, and they took him away in handcuffs. When I looked at the back of my car, there was absolutely no scratches on the back of the car, no dents. The only thing that happened was the trunk kind of moved in so that the door of the trunk doesn't meet the lock. Okay? It's the only thing. There's no body work, outside body work. I thought for sure the way that impact felt, that the whole back of my car was smashed. And so I come home, and you know, I thought maybe I did something to get into this crash, you know. So the father gave me a number. He said 18. He says, I want you to look it up. And I said, 18, that sounds familiar. And then I remembered that was the room that they put me in. So I went to the Strongs, and I looked up 18, and in Greek it's agathos, agathos, and it means good, intrinsically good, good in nature, good whether it be seen to be so or not seen to be so. Some people could perceive you as not being from God, but you are from God, see? It says, to the widest and the most colorless of all the words in this meaning. It means good as to the believer It describes what originates from God and is empowered by Him in their life through faith. It means of good constitution or nature, equivalent to fertile soil, a fruitful tree. It means to the figurative expression good ground, and denotes a soul inclined to goodness and accordingly eager to learn saving truth and ready to bear the fruits of a Christian life. It means useful, salutary, a gift which is truly a gift. It means profitable to those who keep it. According to a Greek scholium equivalent to, and then there's some Greek words which I can't even pronounce. It says, the good part which ensures salvation to him who chooses it. The saving work of God, for example, substantially the Christian life due to divine efficiency. It means good for, suited to something. There's a lot of meaning to this 18. To the feeling of being awakened by what is good, pleasant, agreeable, joyful, happy. It means a peaceful conscience, equivalent to consciousness of rectitude, reconciled to God. It means upright. It means excellent. It means distinguished. It means honorable. It means upright and free from guile, particularly from a desire to corrupt people, preeminently of God, as consummately and essentially good. Denotes the soul considered as the repository of pure thoughts which are brought forth in speech, due from his servant to his master. It means benevolent, it means kind, it means generous. And it says, where the meaning is, hardly for an innocent man does one encounter death, for if he dares hazard his life for another, he does so for a benefactor. It means good thing, and that's what that means. So then he said to me, after that, they moved me to room 38. So he says to me, go look up 38. And 38 means consecrated, purification, the effect of consecration, a sanctification of heart and life. See, the blood work came out for some woman my age at 67 years old to have pristine blood work when I've never had pristine blood work. This is evidence of transformation, people. It's happening. It's happening. And then because I said to the Father, why did I get hit in the back from that guy, you know? And I felt like maybe I did something out of the will of the Father too. But then he said to me, go look at the pictures that you took with your camera last night, because I forgot all about them and I didn't even look at them after I took them. And there was one picture of the back of the car, the tail light. And when I looked at it, the tail light was only at the bottom, but in the picture it was on the bottom and it was on the top, and it was all lit up like fire. And like it looked like the dragon's mouth was open, and in front of it looked like the outline of a demon's face. And I'll show you that now. I don't know if you could see the mouth with the silhouette of a face. So Today I had to call my insurance and put in a claim, and I have like a $500 deductible on my insurance. So they I've already gotten like 4 phone calls from my insurance. They're on it. They already picked out the place for me to take my car. They said that as soon as we get the police report, we're going to go after them for the compensation that you had to pay for this. And they already set me up with a car rental place, and they're doing everything for me. So I don't have to do anything. And they also said that they're going to, a medical person is going to contact me in case I don't feel well. They're going to handle any claims that I might have after the accident, that if have any physical issues. But I don't think I have a headache. My husband and I, we both have the same headache because our neck snapped when we got hit in the back. It was like a whiplash. And actually where it hit me is where it's bothering me is right here in the bridge and in my sinuses and like in the temples. I don't know which disc that is in the neck, but something happened back there that's given us both this lightheadedness and and this headache. But I'm hoping that it'll go away because I really don't want to go back to the hospital. But anyway, you see, in all of this, look what the Lord showed me. The Lord just used this experience to show me who I am and who I am to Him. And who I am, is basically my faith in Jesus Christ and my obedience to Him. And it's at the time now where we're going to leave this place, and the transformation process is happening, people. It's happening. That blood work that came back, all normal range, was not possible for the medical issues that I have and that I've been dealing with for the last several years. And the fact that he used the word pristine was navigated by God. I don't think I've ever heard a doctor say that about any blood work that I've ever had. See? So, Father's just amazing, He's just really, really amazing. And, He knows what you're feeling before you even know what you're feeling. It's like I said, the first thing I think of when something goes wrong in my life, did I do something bad, Father? Please tell me. And here it is. He said to me, no, you didn't do anything bad. This is your transformation. This is a good thing. This is from you doing good. See? I had to show you. I had to show you what's going on the inside of you. I had to show you the condition of your heart. Just like it says here in this devotional. It says, keep an eye on the fellow with the bad heart, right? The angels point to our bodies, because the more we fail, the more frail we become, the more excited they become. Watch that lady in the hospital, they said, And so that was like a confirmation. And I just wanted you, all of you who are being obedient to the Lord, all of you who are in your process of walking with Jesus, and all those of you who love righteousness and hate sin, we're almost on our way out of here, people. Okay? And this is just such a positive video for all of those people who are in that category. And on that note, I just want to remind you that I love you and Jesus loves you, and never forget how much Jesus loves you. And like I said, he's coming really soon. And I could vouch for that. Good news. So God bless you in Jesus' holy, holy name, and enjoy the rest of your day.